I know faking it gets exhausting. Here, we keep it real. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to another episode of Curls and Courage. Hope y'all are feeling blessed and highly favored, of course. I'm your host, Kinsley Meeks, athlete, model, fitness coach, and creative producer, here to inspire you to live boldly and unlock your highest physical and mental potential. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch or listen to this podcast episode today. You guys already know we have another amazing guest with us today. I'm sitting down with my girl, Elizabeth Lizz, an IFBB Bikini pro, an online fitness coach, a model, and a major beauty and wellness influencer. Ooh. She is absolutely stunning, as y'all can tell, as you can see. But beyond that, I love the confidence, the good energy, and just the discipline that you bring. And thank you so much for coming on the show today. I know you be talking, so I'm excited to learn more about your story and just you know, how you built such an incredible brand. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the intro. Wow.
Gotta hype you up. Of course, yeah. You guys know we got chills. Girls. Yeah. Of course. So kind of hopping into things. I know you're not originally from Miami, but I feel like you definitely fit into the culture well. Yeah. I will say, you know, the beauty, the fashion, the confidence, just moving with that. Talk to me a little bit about the early stages of your life before you moved to the city. What was your life like, and do you feel like that confidence came to you naturally, or is it something that kind of grew over time?
So I feel like, well, to start, thank you for having me.
Of course.
I'm so happy to be here. I love doing podcasts, and I love, like, talking and just, like, yapping, so this is going to be so fun. But basically, so originally I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, and then I moved to South Carolina when I was young, like 8 to 10 years old. I grew up there majority of my life. I went to college there. I played tennis in college.
Okay.
And then right out of college, I got a job in D.C., and I moved to D.C., and I lived there for about 7 years. I worked for the government. I did crazy. I did, so I was criminal justice in college. Originally, I was exercise science. So that was my goal. Like I always loved fitness. I really got into it when I was like 15, 16 years old. I played tennis, obviously, through college, so, like, I was always working out, and I was really into bodybuilding. I thought it was so cool, but I didn't have time to do the labs that were required in college with playing tennis and being a college athlete. Okay. So I was like, oh, what else can I do? And I was like, oh, criminal justice, because I love CSI. I love, like, murder. I love, like, all that shit. Yeah, the other stuff is so interesting. Yeah, right?
I get you, yeah.
So I was, like, very into, like, the psychology side of it. So I was like, oh, maybe, like, I could be an investigator, like a crime scene investigator. Okay. Turns out you have to be a cop before you can be a crime scene investigator, and, like, I can't be a cop. Like,
I do not.
I just cannot, yeah. So I was like, I found a job in D.C., and I didn't even know what it was before I got there. I literally just, like, applied on, like, Indeed or something, and it said, like, special agent. And I was like, that's cool. Like, whatever.
Special agent.
Yeah, right? Okay. So then I did an interview, but they did it with me on the phone, so the guy never really, like, saw. I mean, they knew I was right out of college, but they gave me the job. I went up there, never been to D.C. before, and I just jumped right into it. And, like, I was, like, training with, you know, everybody was, like, 40 plus, and then it was me, like, straight out of college, and I was crazy at the time.
So you're, like, 20 at this time?
Yeah, I was, like, 21 years old, and they gave me a badge, and, like, I was legit as fuck. I was going to the Pentagon, I was going to the White House, I was, like, interviewing.
For real?
Yeah, I was interviewing people, like, high up, like, in DOD and, like, Department of Health, like, all these crazy people. And it was really interesting because I got to get to know people and their background and everything. Yeah. And, like, I was helping them get cleared to work for the government. So it was, like, really an interesting job. But ultimately, I was like, this is not my passion. Fitness is always my passion. And I started doing personal training and modeling and coaching once I started competing. And I always loved Miami. I was like, I have to live in Miami. Like, I know I'm going to live there one day. And so I decided to quit my job. And then I was like, I was like, you know, this isn't fulfilling me, you know? And it's one thing to, you know, stay in a job because money or, like, you know, you need to take care of other people. But at the time, I was just by myself. I was in a relationship, but I had no kids. I was not married. Nothing was tying me to D.C. And the rent and everything is about the same as it is here. So I'm like, why am I living up here, paying this rent, stressing myself out when I could literally just chase my dreams and, you know, go full force into coaching, full force into modeling. Now I'm in Miami, and I'm like, wow, it's like my fifth life. I feel like a cat. You know?
I love that. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people make excuses. They're like, oh, I can't move. Like, you're not a tree. Like, you can get up and go, especially when...
And it's so fun to do it.
It is, It's like risky, and you feel, of course, like you're going to feel fear at first, but once you make that big move and you're in that uncomfortable situation, like, you just got to continue to work hard and put yourself out there, and it's going to pay off. Like, I'm a big believer, if you're following your passion, like, you're going to get somewhere. You know what I mean? And it may not pay off at first. It may take months, years, but as long as you don't give up, then, you know, that's going to push you forward 100%. Yeah. Fully. So what do you feel like moving to Miami, how did that, like, change you as a person, or did it change you at all? Because I feel like here is very different than anywhere else in the world.
Before I moved here, a lot of people were saying, like, oh, my gosh, like, Miami's crazy. Like, it's going to be a lot. Like, it's a lot of partying. It's a lot of this. It's a lot of that. And what worked for me, when I first came down here, I was in Fort Lauderdale because I didn't know. I knew, like, one girl here in Miami, like, through modeling, but I didn't really know anybody in Miami. And then in Fort Lauderdale, I knew 2 or 3 girls from, like, social media, and one of them was my coworker, because at the time I was working for a supplement company when I first got down here. So I was like, oh, if I go to Fort Lauderdale, I'll be around some girls that I know. I was freshly broken up with my boyfriend that I was dating in D.C., so I was, like, coming to a new city by myself, and that kind of introed me into the Miami life because I was in Fort Lauderdale, so I wasn't around as much. But recently I've been here since about August, so how many months is that? I don't even know. Almost a year.
You've only been here almost a year in Miami?
In Miami, yeah. In Fort Lauderdale was a year.
Oh, I didn't know. But even, like, the difference between Fort Lauderdale and Miami is very drastic.
Yeah, I feel like the city, Miami, like, when I first got here, I didn't really understand. I mean, everybody was telling me, like, oh, it's going to be crazy. But, like, yeah, people are actually really crazy.
When you say that, like, oh, it's going to be crazy, like, what do you think is the most craziest thing about living in Miami?
God. I just think people's... I don't want to... This sounds bad because I don't want it to come off bad. Man, we're going to be honest. Well, the thing about it is that I feel like since everybody's surrounded by other people making the same decisions, they think things are normal. So, you know? Yeah. But, like, when you're from a small town, like, from where I'm from, I know you're from, like, a small town too, right? I'm from Mobile, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like crazy, you know, crazy decision-making, crazy morals, crazy values, you know? And for me, specifically, I have very strong morals and values of, like, what's right, what's wrong, how I hold myself accountable in situations, how I act in situations, you know, decisions that I make. So when I see some people making crazy decisions, and it's like, I don't judge, you know?
Yeah,
but
of course.
They think it's normal, you know? Yeah. So that's the craziest thing for me. It's just kind of like their lifestyle and, like, that. But it's each to their own.
Yeah,
you know?
No, I feel you. I'm never judging literally anyone. To each their own, like you said. But I think a lot of things here are normalized that are, like, not normal. Like, you go back to where you're from, or, like, I go back to Mobile, like, people are going to be like, okay, like, this bitch is crazy.
They think I'm crazy for posting a bikini. Oh, yeah. At 30 years old, you know? Much less, doing other stuff, you know?
Yeah, so 100%. It's like, if the worst thing I'm doing here is, like, posting a picture in, like, a bathing suit, then, like, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, like, right? I mean? Like, so, I'm a good girl.
Yeah, same. Like, I have good energy. Like, I have my morals. So I definitely feel you, and I think that's, you know, it's very different. Like, just coming, it's hard to get adjusted for that. Like, I've been here 4 years, and still I wake up every day, and I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
like,
this is crazy.
So, like, this is insane. Like, or you go back home, and it just makes you have that, like, shift, I guess, in perspective of, like, the kind of people you're around, or, like, what people are doing. Yeah. But I think also there's a lot of pros to living here as well when it comes to, like, opportunity, the people that you will meet. It's like just the ability that you have to put yourself out there and connect with people who maybe are not like-minded as you in certain ways, but in ways that, you know, they need to be like-minded to you, they are, if that makes sense. Like, if you're more involved in fitness or more involved, like you said, in modeling, you're just not going to get that anywhere else, really. Yeah. So I agree. Yeah. Do you feel like Miami is, like, empowering for women, or do you feel like it's low-key toxic?
For me, it's empowering. Mm-hmm. I think that if you're not confident and you don't have a really strong identity of yourself, it can become a little toxic. Obviously, there's a lot of people here that are into, like, plastic surgery. I have plastic surgery. I'm not saying there's anything about that. There's a lot of people that... Yeah, we got... would do it a million times over. But I think that if you're not confident and secure within yourself, you can kind of look out and see everything that's happening around you and feel like you need to really change, you need to adapt, you need to become better than this person. Then you get jealous of people, and that's kind of like a whole nother realm. But I think it really depends on the person and depending on who you are and how you feel about yourself, if you're going to be able to, adjust in that way.
I see what you mean completely. And I know for me, I'm the type of person, I'm not going to lose my identity anywhere that I am. It doesn't matter what I'm around or who I'm around. Right. I'm very strong in my morals. But I think for other people, that's hard because you are influenced by your environment and you are influenced by other people. So how have you been able to stay true to your identity living in a city like Miami?
I think that I appreciate beauty in every form and shape. So, I look at myself and I'm like, wow, I appreciate myself. I take care of myself. I try to be the best version of myself. And, that comes from the inside, the outside, and how I feel mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of that. But I also will look at someone like you that looks completely different than me. I mean, obviously, we're similar, we're both fitness, whatever. Yeah. But, and I think you're a most beautiful, amazing person, too. So,
thank you.
Being able to see that and realize that there's beauty in all forms, there's beauty in all shapes, there's beauty in all different people. And, realizing also that people find different things beautiful. I was dating a guy and he was like, this guy likes you, or you're doing the collab with this guy and this photographer likes you. I'm like, look, just because you think I'm the most beautiful doesn't mean that everybody does. And that's so true. Some guys don't like girls that have muscles. Some guys like curvier girls. Some guys, so that's just my 2 cents, but that's just kind of how I appreciate it, and then I acknowledge it, and then I also feel confident within myself because I'm like, my shit stinks too,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I feel you. I mean, we all have pros and cons. We all have our strengths. We all have our weaknesses. 100%. No, I feel you for sure. So I want to touch on one thing you said, though. I know you were talking about a little bit relationships, dating. Yes. Tell me, what has the dating scene been for you in Miami? I think a lot of girls want to know this.
So hard, you guys. I'm a lover girl.
So hard in what way?
So I've always been in relationships. Bad. Relationship to relationship. My last relationship was 5 years.
Okay, wow, that's a long time.
Yeah. Planning to get married, And before that, I was single for probably 4 months. And I was in a on and off relationship for 5 years. Okay. So I've been relationship to relationship. So the last 2 years have been actually single. Basically, I mean, me and my ex kind of, you break up with somebody, you don't break up. Yeah, you don't break up and then never talk to them. So I would say the last year and a half. If he's watching. I'm just kidding. Okay. We're still friends. It's fine.
Good.
I've actually been single and I've gone on a lot of dates.
Okay.
I've been trying to put myself out there. And learn about other people and also see what I want and what I don't want, because you never really know until you date those types of people.
That's very true. You have to be willing to put yourself out there.
And I used to have very strong, strict guidelines of kind of what I want and the type of person I want and everything. And I've expanded that and tried to date other people and stuff. Within Miami, I haven't dated as many people. I do travel a lot, so I've met people all over the place.
Okay.
But the guys, the feedback I get is that I'm more low maintenance than what they're used to. I think a lot of women here expect a lot from their partner, especially even if they're just dating. They expect to be taken care of 100%, which, if that's what you want, I completely get it.
Yeah.
But where I'm from, also that comes with when you get married. A lot of times, it kind of depends on.
It takes a minute to build to that point.
Yeah, exactly. But I think there's 2 types of men. There's the men that are not serious at all, and they just want one thing, which obviously I feel like that's everywhere.
And we know what that is.
We know what that is.
We know what you want.
And they will say anything.
They will say,
girl, I have been, the amount of people that have said they want to marry me off of date 2, I'm like,
you don't love me, you love my body.
And they're like, I just know. I'm like, you don't know because you've only met one of my 6 personalities.
I see what you mean. It takes a minute to build a relationship with someone, because you go on one date, they're saying you're excited for the date, you're at your best self. What are they going to see you in your hard times or in your sad times or in your happy or mad? We all, yes, we're ourselves, but we all have different personalities.
Right.
And it takes a long time to build that with anybody on a friendship level or a dating level.
And I 100%. Crave, my last relationship, we had an amazing connection and relationship. Our friendship the understanding of each other. We accepted everything. And that's something I really want in my next partner. Like, I want somebody that's deep, and I want to be able to be myself with them and all of that.
I love that.
I
Someone
crave
who
that over
accepts you,
anything.
yeah.
People are like, oh, do you want to have kids? I'm like, no, kids, we'll see. There's no set guidelines on that for me in my life. But like a husband that is literally my man, that's what I need. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. But I would say there's those guys, and then there's the guys that are just like disconnected, and they're just like, oh, I'll take care of this, like I'll take care of that. And it's like, I don't want you to like pay my bills.
Right.
Like, I want you to want to know me, you know?
Yeah.
So I haven't met the sweet spot yet, but we're going to find him. He's coming.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I was saying to my
coming.
friend literally before I came here? I was like, you know what? The reason God hasn't given me my man yet is because he wants me to like do my thing.
Yeah.
And I have to finish what I've started, and I have all these things coming up, and they're like, if I had a man right now, it would just distract me.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's what's going to happen.
I love that perspective, and I definitely agree. I think I'm someone who's very driven as well, and like I like to. We were talking about this earlier. I like to be myself. Like I take care of myself.
Yes.
Like I pay for very like expensive things just to be able to live in Miami. Like it's hard. Like I run my own businesses and that. But I think in order to find like someone who would work well with me, and I think same as you, like they need to be able to grow with me, if that makes sense. Able to help me with my vision, and I'm also able to pour into them and help them, which I think like that's so hard to find. Like you said, want to just get with my body, or like you trying to take care of me in ways that I don't need any help. Like I got it. So I feel you 100%. I was just curious. I was curious.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me about that. I'm like, girl.
Yeah, I'm like, it's tough. It's tough out here. I'm telling you. I know. We in the same boat. But anyways, tell me, moving on from that, we got to move on. You moved to Miami, and you're pursuing like all of these different avenues when it comes to, fitness, modeling, being in the beauty and wellness space. I want to touch on a few specifics there for a second and talk about more like fitness and fashion. Yeah. I think the two go hand in hand because both are more about like self-expression, not just looking good, but also feeling aligned with how you show up. So talk to me about bodybuilding first. I know you're a pro bikini competitor. Congratulations. What has that journey been like?
I literally just got chills because I could cry. So it took me a very long time to get my pro card. Very long time. And I didn't like realize how long it was going to take when I started. I didn't know a lot about it when I started. I was very into it. I thought it was very cool. And like in college, I saw people compete and I was like, oh, that's so cool. But when I started, I was under the impression, I was like, oh, 2 years, I got this. You know, I'm like so confident. And I get up there and it's like my first show, 5th place at a regional, not a big show. Like everybody's like, you're going to win this. No, 5th place. Then my first national show, like almost last place. And then my next national show, I think I did like 8 or 9 national shows.
Really? Before you got your pro card?
Before I got my pro card. I competed for 5 years. Okay. 5 to 6 years before getting my pro card. So you saying that, like when people refer to me as a pro, I'm like, oh,
it's so amazing. That's an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah, it's just like I can't believe that happened.
I remember when I was first like getting to know you, not that I know you super well, but when I had first seen you at the gym, we had talked a couple times. You were telling me, like, girl, I almost didn't do it this time. Like, this was my last show. Like, but it's awesome that you were able to keep going and didn't give up. And that's such a big accomplishment, especially when it's something you've been working for that amount of time. Yeah. It makes it way sweeter.
Yeah, I started bodybuilding. My first show, I was 23. And I was like, seeing other girls competing that were like 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. And I would say, if I'm not gonna have my pro card by 30, why would I still try for it? That's what I kept on telling people.
Really?
And I got my pro card 5 months before I turned 30.
So you were 29. Okay.
I was 29, and that's cool. I was like, oh my God, this just happened. Like, what the fuck?
What was the
I cry. I could cry right now.
What were the thoughts like going through your mind when you heard your name called, hey, you're getting your pro card today, Elizabeth?
So at prejudging, you know, they line you up. They call out the top 10 or whatever. So they called out us in top 10, and they put me in the middle. And when they put you in the middle, that means that you're usually first or second. First and second both get their pro card. So I'm like, don't move me, you know, from the middle. Because they're like moving people around. They're trying to see like, you know, who's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. I think it might have been like 6 of us out there. Okay. But they put me in the middle, and they didn't move me. And when you're on stage, you can't really tell also because like you can't like look and see like how many people are on your left, how many people on your right.
You're just
so I don't know. That. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm like in the middle, or if I'm in like splitting the middle 1 and 2, because I didn't know if there were 6 girls out in the top 6. I didn't know if they called out top 7. You know, I didn't know what they were. You're like blacked out. And so I get off stage and my coach is just like ecstatic. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, no, I'm probably 3rd. Like maybe, he's like, no, you're in the middle. I'm like, was I in the middle or was I splitting the middle? He's like, no, you're in the middle. Like you are going to get your pro card tonight. And I'm like freaking out. So I'm like on social media, you know, because I'm on social media. So I'm like going on my stories. I'm like, okay, guys. So like, I think I got my pro card. I think I was in the middle, and everybody's like, yeah, we already got it. And it's still in my head. I'm like, they could give me 3rd. I could go back, and they could be like, nah, get this bitch out of here. She's been here 12 times, you know? But when they called my name, I was so excited. I literally was like jumping up and down.
Oh, I'm sure. No, that's amazing. Yeah.
And my coach was like, Liz, you got to be more composed. I was like, I'm sorry, guys.
I won't be able to keep it together
at this point, like, it was a long time coming. It was insane. Yeah. So, and then I did my first pro show in November of last year. So that was August. Like about 3 or 4 months after I got my pro card, I did my first pro show.
Okay. Well,
so that was nice.
That is, that's amazing. To have that achievement, like I said, that's a really, really just incredible accomplishment. I'm sure you feel exhilarated. That's a good word, exhilarated. Biggest challenges and setbacks with bodybuilding, because you have been doing that, like you said, for 5 years. It's not easy to stay in that disciplined mindset. Not even just the mindset, but the sacrifice that it takes to become a pro athlete, especially in bikini now. Tell me a little bit about some really hard challenges that you faced before you were able to get that pro card.
I think with me going through college, I had a lot of issues with binge eating. Okay. So I went through a phase where I would binge eat. Basically, I would like starve myself for a couple days, and then I would binge eat on like whatever, feel bad, not eat for a couple days, same shit. Yeah. So with bodybuilding, when I started, I wasn't completely out of that mindset. Like I was, but I don't think I was really fully healed mentally. So I did have I wouldn't have like crazy binges like I used to, but in the beginning stages, I would feel, you know, like I wasn't winning. So then I would feel upset, and then I would basically self-sabotage and things like that. But ultimately, once I kind of healed that was probably my biggest challenge. And then just having the confidence to keep doing it after continuously losing, technically, you know? And like everybody, you know,
not placing how
I wanted. Everybody on social media, they don't understand bodybuilding. So a lot of people are just like, oh my God, you just look amazing. Like you should win. And it's not even about that. It's about certain muscles, having certain shape and having certain balance. It's like, yeah, I can look amazing to 99% of the population, but in the sport, it's not about that, you know? Right. And my favorite one is like, my grandma, she's the best person in the world. She's like, you're so much beautiful than any other competitor up there. I'm like, Nana, it's not about that. And that's not true. But I love that you think that and feel that. Yeah. So that's probably just having the confidence to like keep putting myself on stage time after time after time was my hardest. And then also just like staying in that mindset of like, why am I doing this? What is the outcome? Am I doing this just to prove a point? Am I doing this because, you know, I want to look good? Am I doing this because I actually believe in myself and I want to like overcome something? So there was a lot of internal balances.
What do you feel like was your why?
I feel like when I started, I was just when I first started fitness in general, I just was a little vain and I just really wanted abs. I was like, really? I just want abs. I just want to be cool. Like, and I've always wanted to, I love Nike since I was like 10.
Nike is fresh.
Been obsessed with Nike. And I was like, in high school, I was like, I'm going to be a Nike model. And that's still the goal, by the way. I want to model for Nike. I think when I started bodybuilding, I was like, you know, this is going to get me the physique that I want. And it was just something that I thought was really cool. And seeing people's transformations through social media, I thought was amazing. So I was like, I want to do it and like see what my body can do. And then I got addicted to it after that. And then as soon as I did my first national show, I got very competitive. And I was like, you know, I can push myself harder. And I think it became more of me going against myself every single day and every single time to prove that I was disciplined to myself, to prove that I could overcome things that I thought that maybe, you know, I wasn't worthy of overcoming, which was like the ED I had before. And just staying consistent with it. You know, it's very empowering to make promises to yourself and execute them and complete them, it builds so much confidence in everything. I was talking about this the other day, but it builds so much confidence in everything else you do. If you tell yourself, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, and you do it, then you believe yourself that you can do anything else.
Yeah.
You know? So
I totally agree. Yeah, that's awesome. First off, that you were able to overcome that. And just kind of touching on the confidence thing, I've talked about this before, but I feel like for people who don't have confidence, like, it's not something that, like, everyone's born with. Like, oh, I'm going to just be confident today. Like, it's not that easy. The way you become more confident is by continuously doing things that you say you're going to do. Yeah. Executing on them and then repeating it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And a lot of people don't have the confidence because they don't do that. They say, hey, I'm going to do this, and they get lazy or something comes up or they make an excuse for themselves. And then every time I feel that you do this, or every time that you don't follow through with a goal that you said you were going to accomplish, it kills it. It's within your power. Yeah, it kills your confidence. 100%. Yeah.
Fully agree.
So you gotta keep making promises to yourself and keep them. But touching also too on like the binge eating, that's really hard, and that's something that I've actually never struggled with, but I think that a lot of people do. How were you able to overcome that?
I wish I could like give one answer because people ask me all the time.
Yeah.
Because that was a really hard thing. It's so hard to explain. I had a girl actually on my podcast when I had mine, and we were both talking about it because she had it too. Yeah. And it's almost like an out-of-body experience. You just feel, it's more, for me, it was like control thing. I felt like I didn't have control at certain things in my life, like from like past traumas or whatever. And you just like, it's like you're filling a void that's never going to be filled. With me, with the bodybuilding, that kind of saved me. It kind of pulled me out of it because I was on a set structure for once. And with that set structure, I felt full for once rather than starving myself and then feeling empty and then overeating, you know?
Yeah.
So having that structure really kind of just got me back in check. And then realizing that I was only harming myself, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm looking for control or I'm looking for something to feel better when all I have to do, that is control, you know? All I have to do is control myself in that manner, and that gives me control. So I used to tell myself, like, okay, there's two people inside of you. Like, there's the devil on your shoulder telling you to do this, and then there's the angel on your shoulder telling you to do this. And both of them are powerful, you know? And it's just, you're just deciding which one you want to give power to in that moment. So that's what I would do. I would research, you know. Sparkling water would help me if I was stressed out. I'd be like, let me just drink a lot of sparkling water and just feel better.
No, I think, like you said, it comes down to like filling a void because we all have that. Me too. Maybe it's not that for me, but like we all have things that we try to like ease traumas in our life with, whether it's binge eating, whether it's alcohol, drugs, sex, like shopping, like it could be anything.
Yeah,
so
shopping. We've gotten out of that one too.
Yeah, but like,
I did place an order today, but like it's been months, so I feel like it was deserved.
It's okay to shop sometimes. That's what I'm saying, but just it's cool. What I'm trying to get at is it's really cool that you feel like bodybuilding got you out of that. Really, like it almost saved you to some extent.
Yeah, I think
because it gave you the structure that you needed. Because it definitely keeps you on track in a lot of other areas of your life, and I think that bodybuilding teaches you discipline, self-control, you know, consistency, teaches you delayed gratification even. So it's really cool. Now, though, are you competing now? Or?
So I just started prep like a week ago.
Let's go.
Very excited
That's
because
awesome.
I'll just go ahead and tell you guys. But I'm going to compete at Janet Lang's show in Fort Lauderdale.
I'll be there.
Oh my God, I'm so excited because cool. I haven't done a local show like since my first show ever. My first show ever was in Baltimore, and I was living in DC, so kind of local. But this one's gonna be like right down the street, so it's gonna be cool because I can finally like tell my friends, if you guys want to come, not required, but like come through. It's gonna be close. Oh my God, like I can do a party after maybe or some dinner or something
fun.
Yeah. So I'm very, very excited about it. Originally I was gonna do the DC Pro-Am, which was one of my first shows too. Like it was like my third or fourth show.
Yeah. When
I was an amateur, so they have a Pro-Am up there, but it's in June and it just came so quick, and I was like, you know, I'm not gonna like stress myself out. So I'll just do one. It's in September, so I have a little bit of time. I can kind of, you know, take a long prep. I think I like 16 weeks right now, which is nice. So
okay, that's awesome. Yeah, plenty of time. You already look amazing, but plenty of time to get even, you know, more and more shredded. Talk to me about what your current fitness routine looks like.
So right now I lift about 6 days a week.
Okay.
I'm doing cardio every single day, 30 to 40 minutes.
Even so, no rest days at all?
I rest on, well, technically I do cardio on my rest day, but it's like low impact. So I'll do like treadmill and just walking, just like 30 to 40 minutes in of just like steps.
Okay.
But nothing like completely.
And then what does your training split look like? Training 6 days?
So right now I'm doing legs 3 days a week.
Full legs or just a little bit of glutes?
Yeah, we say
that's a little crazy.
Yeah, we say legs. Glutes. Okay. I do glutes 3 days a week. So the first day I have one day where I do really heavy hip thrusts.
Okay.
And then the other 2 days are like, one's like accessory work. So like I do like really high volume of like abductors. I do some band work. I do a lot of single leg movements on that day.
Okay.
And then the other day I'll do a little bit of more high intensity interval with some more accessory work. So I really am just trying to grow like my upper glute.
Okay, perfect. I got you. And then what are the other 2 days? Or 3
upper
days,
body.
I guess.
Right? Yeah, so we do upper body twice a week, where one is focused more on shoulders and then the other is focused on lats.
Okay.
And then the last day is just kind of whatever I'm feeling. More of like technically I'll do like a little bit of legs. I'll do some stretching.
You're doing glutes again on that fourth day?
Yeah, just like recovery. Mostly like
just accessory work. Yeah, little small pieces.
Yeah,
do you ever train your arms? I'm just curious.
No,
too.
I don't do any arms.
Really? Yeah. Okay. I would think, because I feel like you have a similar build to me in a way. It's like you're taller than me too, but you have like, for me, if I'm not training my arms, they're going to shrink when I get lean. I have to train directly bicep, tricep,
all I do is just shoulders. And then like, I feel like a lot of my upper body movements kind of incorporate probably a little bit of it. Of course, yeah. If you're doing lap pull downs, but yeah, I don't do like anything specifically for biceps. I do little triceps on shoulder day too sometimes. Okay. Like maybe like once.
Turn a little.
Yeah, just a little.
Downs.
Little.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, tell me this too. I know you're a fitness coach as well. Mm-hmm. For someone who's maybe not interested in bodybuilding, but they like the way that you look, I know a lot of girls listening want to get that bikini body. What's a good piece of advice that you'd give to them?
Diet. Nutrition.
Okay.
Not diet in a negative way. Every time I say diet, I think people think that I'm saying like shrink, like diet, like don't eat this, don't eat that. No. Normally, most girls that I start aren't eating enough. Yeah. You know, I'm sure you find the same.
I agree.
So when I say diet, I mean like nutrition, eating whole foods, not eating processed shit, not skipping breakfast, making sure to hit your protein goal. The amount of people that eat like 30 to 40 grams of protein a day, girl, like I would die. I would be so hungry all the time. Yeah. So yeah, just focus on nutrition and fueling your body properly, and then your body will literally transform. Especially if you're somebody that's like, I work out all the time, I do classes all the time, like your output's there. Like you're just not fueling your body properly. You know?
Right. Yeah. And what do you think is something that a lot of girls are overcomplicating right now when it comes to getting a lean, a nice look that they want? You know, similar to the bikini division.
I would say the diet for sure. I think everybody thinks that like you have to like home cook everything and you have to like measure everything. Like you really don't have to be that strategic with it. Yeah. I think that if you're making sure that you get a good breakfast with high protein, a good lunch with high protein, and a good dinner, maybe throw in a smoothie every now and then, everything's clean, like you'll see your body transform.
I agree. Yeah. It's not about like always cutting less or hopping on a juice cleanse or weighing it even down to the gram. Yeah. At the end of the day, you don't want to stress your body out worse too, and then it's unable to respond. I agree. So obviously you look insane. You're killing it. I'm excited for you on these shows. You're also working though as a model, as we talked about. How did you get into modeling, and what type of modeling do you do? So when I first started modeling, I actually started in DC. I started doing like some streetwear brands up there. There's a lot of streetwear brands. Like I was doing some stuff for like mostly like sweatsuits and like jeans and like brands like that. Nice. Yeah, like sneaker brands. I worked for a sneaker brand up there. And then once I started competing, I got reached out to a lot by bikini brands. I started getting a lot of people, I want to send you my bikinis. I want you to post in them, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of how I started doing more influencer work on social media. When I first started, I was working with some energy drink brands, some food brands like almond butter and things like that. And I was promoting that on my social media. And then once my body really started to look like a bodybuilder, that's when people were like, I want you to wear this. I want you to wear my athletic wear and all that stuff. So then once I started promoting that,
I had a videographer up there and a photographer, and I was like, I want to get professional work. I don't want to just be making this myself. Yeah. So then once I started doing that, the brands were like, oh, well, we want to use the content. So then they were paying me to make content with a videographer with their products. So when I was in DC, there wasn't a lot of local brands doing, the shoots and everything. But once I moved to Florida, it was like, oh, well, now we want you to come into the studio because we have studios here. So once that it kind of just all snowballed into what it is now. But mostly I do athleisure wear. I do bikinis, and then sometimes I'll do like beauty stuff on my social media as well. But mostly in person, it's all bikini and athleisure stuff. So I do stuff for like websites. I do stuff for like their Instagram ads, any of their marketing, things like that. But we want to be on a billboard for Nike. That's the goal. That's what I see. But also I do runway too. I love doing runway. That's one of my favorite things runway to do too. It's so fun, right? It's so fun. It's like competing. So swim week's coming up. I just got casted for Hot Gala.
How do you feel like you get people to notice you in that industry, these big brands?
I think I stand out a lot because of my fitness. Yeah. So there's not a lot of girls that can do both with fitness and modeling. Yeah. So I really feel like I'm very confident in that within myself, because when I'm around bodybuilders, like I was in Vegas for the Olympia, and I did a shoot with there was 6 of us, and they're all bodybuilders. Yeah. And I could just tell that my modeling work is a lot different. Like I know how to pose. I can pose for different things. Like if I need to look more strong, I can pose that way. If I need to look more feminine, if I need to look leaner, I know how to transition my body and pose my body correctly for different types of shoots. Yeah. So I think that having both looks and being able to kind of change my look for what people want, I'm really good at doing that.
I love
think that kind of helps me stand out a little bit.
Yeah, you definitely stand out. Yeah, and I think both are super fun. Like you said, they play role hand in hand, but you're not going to pose the same way for a bodybuilding competition as you are walking down the runway.
Yeah, and some girls don't get that. Especially competitors, they'll come to do a shoot.
You don't need to be flexing.
It's like, girl, you don't need to be posing like that. Be softer, show more curves, show your lines without being, strong. And then the face too is very important. Yeah. So how you have your expression and how you're posing, all of that. So
of course, yeah. I think another thing too that gets you into the modeling space, especially here, is social media. Social media is a huge part of what you do. It's a huge part of modeling, a huge part of the industry. What is your relationship with social media like? Because you're obviously always filming, always doing all types of things.
So it is a lot. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not a lot sometimes, but I am so thankful for it, because every day I'm like, wow, it's crazy that I'm at the gym right now and I'm filming content and I'm working out, and it's hard, and I get tired, and sometimes I don't feel like being here, but do I want to be sitting in a cubicle wearing a skirt and glasses and having to talk to Janice over in accounting because I have to, and then having to go to lunch and team meetings with people that I don't even care about? Sorry, I'm not being rude, I'm just being honest, and waking up every day and be like, oh, having to do it again. And then having to pack my lunch, and then having to go to work, and then get off work at 5, and then still have all my shit in the car, and then I have to go to the gym, and then I get home at 8, and then whatever, and then doing it all over again. Yeah. And then just for Saturday to come so that I have time to do laundry. I love social media. And, it is a lot, but you have to just remember that, in social media, as long as you're just yourself and you just continuously put out content. I used to be very worried about stuff I put out. I'd be like, oh, if this isn't edited right, or if, it's not getting enough likes, or I feel like I look prettier in this post that I did before. Why would I post this? Or I look cringe or whatever. And at this point, I'm just like, whatever. Post. Put yourself out there, because people are going to dissect it either way. Yeah. So it's who cares at the end of the day?
What do you feel like separates successful creators versus people who are trying to put out content but are not as successful?
I think authenticity. That's honestly probably because that's what I always hear. People are like, oh, if you're authentic, if you're yourself and you share that, that is true. I also feel like just being, some people haven't, some people don't. You know, you have that thing. It's just like movie stars and like pop stars. Like some people
You're
have
just good
it
on camera.
Yeah, and like people like you and people gravitate towards you. So I also feel like how you said earlier with like your passion, and if you go after your passion, you'll be rewarded for your passion. So I feel like what people that are successful in that is because they're meant to be successful in that.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
If there's people that are trying to do something and it's not working, there's a reason it's not working. Because I really do believe everything in the universe comes to you how it's supposed to come to you. And I also feel like what you're meant to do in life is what you're the most passionate about in life. And if you put your energy towards that and you follow the steps that are required to do that, then you'll be rewarded. So
I agree. But with social media too, it can be tough sometimes because, like you said, it's just a lot, you know, especially if that's how you're making your money and that's how you're getting brands to notice you. It can be a lot on your mind, I feel. Do you ever feel like you're performing your life instead of living it? Like you're at the gym and you're filming. Like, do you ever just want to be to yourself and not have all these people watching you? Or, oh, cool workout today, you know?
Yeah, I feel like for me, if I do need to take a break, I'll take a break because I have so much content.
Yeah.
So I've never felt like, oh, I have to do this and I don't want to. I don't think I'm big enough for that because I do, make money from other stuff still, which is nice. But, I feel like looking at celebrities, I would never want that. Like that is crazy.
It's a lot. Yeah, the camera on you all the time.
Yeah, like that would be a lot. So the fact that I am able to turn it off is really nice, and I'm able to be like, oh, maybe today I don't feel like going live, or I don't feel like doing this. I want to take time off. But genuinely, I just, I don't feel like it's too much. I don't know.
And you enjoy it. I think so. You enjoy it. You want to be able to give back to your followers. Like you want people to see who you are. And I think you're also the type of person where that's something you're naturally good at. People do gravitate towards you. That's a good word. And that's really, really cool. With social media, do you feel like it's made people, especially females, to feel more confident or more insecure overall?
Ooh, that's a good question. That is a really good question.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I can't say it's black and white,
It's not.
Yeah. I think it's empowered a lot of people, to be able to share their story or share their beliefs or share their insecurities or share their passions, So I think for those people, it helps build that confidence. For insecurity, I feel like it's for people that's already kind of there.
Yeah.
So when people are already having doubts about themselves or they don't have a strong self-worth, they don't have a strong identity of their self, then they can easily be influenced to think that they need to change themselves and feel not worthy,
Yeah. I agree. I would say the same thing. Yeah. Social media can be good if you use it for good.
Right.
Use it as a form of creative expression. Use it to inspire others. Use it to show what you like and how you feel like you can make a difference in the lives of people who follow you, or just using it to post things that you enjoy, have fun with.
And I will say it's very important to recognize and realize who you're following and what you're feeding yourself every day. I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys. There's this one girl. She's a model. She's stunning, amazing, beautiful. Like literally, I'd cut off my arm to look like her. She's just gorgeous. Okay?
You look amazing.
I'm just telling you. I'm being so fucking real right now. We're keeping it real.
We are keeping it real.
And I can't follow her because I'm not even into like designer shit and all, but every time I'm like, God, she just is like, this girl is amazing. And she's not even like an influencer where she's like sharing her life. She just like posts like fashion pics,
Yeah.
So it's not even like, I'm like, hey, I'm not hating. Okay. I'm obsessed with her. All right. Let's get that real. I am obsessed with her, but I see it and I'm like, I get distracted and I'm like, oh, I want to buy something like that, or I want to look like that, or I want to do something like that, or like I'm kind of a little jealous. Like I feel like a little like I get the same thing when I watch Gossip Girl. Sometimes when I was in college, I was watching Gossip Girl in college, and I think I got clinically depressed for a little bit because I was like, how are they're just rich and having the best time. Yeah, they're just having the best time, and they're like going on jets, and they're just like, and I'm over here like, just like, at a college, like having to go to class, and they're like not even going to class, and they're just, So
I can definitely see that, like Serena and Blair. I was like, they got it. Like
exactly. But with the social media, it's like some people I don't follow because I don't need to see that content. You know, it's not benefiting me. So if you are following people that you see their stuff and you get jealous or you feel inadequate or unworthy or like, oh, like, why can't I do like that? Or you just feel insecure. Like, maybe you shouldn't be following those people. You need to be following accounts that inspire you, people that inspire you, things that inspire you. I even do that with, you know, if I have friends, I'm going to be honest, I have friends or family that post things that I don't like, that bring, anytime, if I see something on my Instagram and I have a negative thought, like, why did she post that? Or why is he saying this? Or this is politically incorrect, or this makes me feel bad, or whatever, I'll mute them or I'll unfollow them, because for myself, I don't want to say bad things or think bad things about other people in general. Yeah. And the fact that that's triggering me, like, I don't need that on my timeline, like, you know? So if you're feeling insecure because you're following people that make you feel insecure, maybe you should just follow things that empower you. Yeah. You know? And it will feel so good.
I love that perspective. So it just goes back to, again, using social media for the good. You have to know yourself and be self-aware enough to just unfollow those accounts, or like you said, mute the things that are making you feel uneasy or some type of way that
or make you feel like you're a bad person.
Yeah, make you feel bad.
Crap, I'm actually being a bad person because I'm talking shit in my head.
Yeah,
you know?
like you can catch yourself on those things.
I catch myself all the time. I'm like, girl, don't say that.
Don't say that. Exactly. Yeah, girl, come on now, chill. Yeah, no, I get you. It's really clear, though, that you're super big on mindset, which I love. Yeah. I think social media, that's a really good shift, I would say, in mindset to have. What's another big mindset shift that you've had in your life that's impacted you greatly?
I would say that you should never give anybody the power to change your emotions. Girl, it's such a good one. There was a professor in college that told me that. He said, never give someone the power to make you sad. And I went on Twitter at that time and I tweeted, never give someone the power to make you sad, or never give someone the power to make you happy, because that also gives them the power to make you sad. So if you are relying on someone else to bring you happiness or bring you joy or bring you fulfillment, and that comes with relationships, that comes with friendships, that comes with jobs, that comes with anything, you need to be happy by yourself. You need to be happy on your own, with your own decisions, with what you're doing every day, because at the end of the day, that's really all you have. And if you're relying on anybody else or anything out in the world to do that, that can change in an instant.
Totally.
So that's something that, like, you know, even when I go through breakups or I go through friendship breakups or I have any issues in life, I'm like, you know, they don't have that much power over me that I should feel sad. I can feel disappointed. I can feel, you know, like, oh, I should have known better, you know, but being sad and being like stuck in that and letting someone else have that power over you it's all mindset. It's literally like, you know, I just think things happen for a reason. So I always try to really remember that.
No, I agree with that for sure. And that's hard to do for sure. That's very challenging. But I agree, because, like, say, for example, you have like a big event, something you're really looking forward to. And you're like, man, I've been looking forward to this for 2 months. And then maybe you know, one of your friends does you wrong and they send you like a mean text, then you're like, man, like, I don't even want to go to this event anymore. Like, this is going to suck. And you've been looking forward to this event for months. How are you going to let one bad text or one bad relationship or one bad conversation control your whole outlook for the day? Which I feel like a lot of people do that, but you just have to catch yourself in those moments and be strong enough, like you said, not to, and to be able to continue to move forward with the things that you know do make you happy on your own. And again, just control of your emotions. So I like that a lot.
And the world's going to keep spinning no matter what. Time's going to keep going by. So you can get over things in 6 months, or you can get over things in 6 minutes. Because guess what? It's still going to happen. Like, obviously you can be upset about things and be like, oh, you know, I wish this worked out, or I wish this didn't work out this way. But you're just going to lose time if you do that. If you sit in it and dwell in it, when you might as well just be happy.
Yeah.
Just be happy, guys. Like, it's so easy. It's just be happy.
No, it's not. Like, it's okay to feel your emotions.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm like crying this morning.
But we can't sit in that. We can't sit in that. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yeah. I love it. I love it. So you quit your job. You're pursuing these passions.
Quit your job, guys.
Quit your job.
Quit your job.
I tell everybody. I met a girl. I think the same way. I'm like, that 9 to 5, you can't do it no more.
I literally met a girl at a supplement shop like 2 weeks ago. I was in there just grabbing something, and she was talking to the guy about how she's like, oh, I just want to do this, but like my job doesn't want me to do it. She wants to do a modeling thing.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And I was like, girl, quit your job. I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. Quit your job.
It's not always that easy if you do have bills to pay and this and that. But it's like, make sure that you're still pursuing those passions while maybe you're doing something you don't like. And then you get to the point to where you can discontinue. Quit
Happiness is more important than money. That is so important. Happiness is more important than money. Just have skills that in case... Because what if you lose your job? You know, you should always have a skill anyways. Like, I know how to bartend because I did it during COVID, which was awful. Don't recommend. Yeah. But I always told myself, I'm like, look, if I'm down bad, I can make a martini.
That's true.
You know?
I got you. Yeah.
You know, I can be a waitress.
I can
you know?
up.
You know, things like that, jobs like that also come to people that work on themselves. So if you work on yourself and you become the best version of yourself, you can probably go get a job anywhere, being a bartender or a waitress.
That's very true.
And that you can get. And like, I'm not saying that's the great job. I'm not saying everybody wants to do that. But if you really needed money,
you would be in that position.
You would have it. So then you're able to quit your job.
Right.
Okay,
so the rule of thumb goes back to quitting the job.
The rule of thumb comes to fitness. Get in shape, look good, feel good, so that you can bartend in case you want to quit your job.
I love that. I love that. Thank you for that.
That's life lessons.
Anyways. So easy. Moving to Miami, starting a business, you're putting yourself out there. Everything that you've told me, everything that you've done, it takes a lot of boldness. It takes a lot of courage, to say the least. So I always like to ask my guests, what does courage mean to you?
Courage means to me taking risks, I would say. Taking risks.
Yeah. I love that. Okay. That's what we're all about, taking risks to pursue your passions. Yes. I want to wrap it up a little bit with you today. I always like to do a quick segment to finish it up. This is going to be 10 questions that I prepared for you that I want you to be quick on answering. No overthinking, whatever first comes to your mind.
Wow, this is so fun. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so first thing, one thing people misunderstand about you or your lifestyle.
I would say that they think I'm boring. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. With fitness. Especially guys I date. They're like, you don't do anything? Because I don't drink, really. So it's like, I still have a great time.
Yeah, you can have a good time. Yeah. Biggest red flag in a relationship?
Someone that is mean to waitresses or waiters.
I hate that. Have respect. I feel you.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's so weird. That's so weird to me.
So disrespectful. Come on now.
It's so weird.
Get it together. I feel you. What about one beauty habit you can't live without?
Recently, I've been using this new, it's Rhode glazing milk.
Is it like a moisturizer?
It's like a moisturizer, yeah. It's called Glazing Milk by Rhode. And I've been using it like every single day since... I want to say like September. So that's not recently. Sorry, it's been a long time.
Okay.
Been obsessed with it.
Wait, so what do you feel like it does for the skin?
It just like makes me so glowy and like so moisturized. Like literally
hydrated.
It's so hydrated. But also I've been using the Glow Peptide. So that has like changed my life.
That's awesome. Yeah, okay. Yeah. What about the best piece of advice that you've ever received?
Dang, I was going to say what I said earlier about never give someone the power to make you unhappy.
That is a good piece of advice. Maybe anything else that inspires you or anything else that you've heard or that you tell yourself every day?
Just keep going.
That's simple but true.
Just keep going.
Okay.
Just keep going. Just keep swimming.
Stay in motion.
Yeah, my mom always says, like, just keep going. It's fine. Just keep going. And I'm like, you're right.
Very true. Yeah. What about one fashion trend that needs to go away?
I've had a thing with this since I was like 15. So I was like, glad you asked me.
Okay.
Crocs. I hate them. I hate them
too. They're so ugly.
I hate them.
They're so ugly.
I hate them. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Balenciaga did it. I love Balenciaga. They did a collab. I hate them.
They did a collab with Crocs?
Yeah, they did like I just hate a
Crocs. Crocs is stunning, but I feel the same way. They're just ugly.
I hate a Croc.
You're not going to see them on my feet.
I don't know why. I just hate them.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay, what about a hard lesson that you've learned that shifted the way that you see things?
That even though you think of someone a certain way, that's not who they always are.
Mm-hmm. It's only how you perceive them.
Yeah. A lot of times you can perceive people a certain way. If you have a good heart, or if the way that you act or the way that you treat people isn't the same that people will always do. So, like, you can't, like, put yourself like, oh, well, like, you know, he would never do that to me because I would never do that to him. He might. Or she might.
Yep.
Friendships, relationships. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. What about a wellness practice that everyone should be doing?
Peptides.
Peptides? Okay.
No, I don't want to say that because, some people are against it. But I would say wellness practice, take your makeup off at night.
That is actually really true. Yeah.
Some people don't.
I could just not imagine not taking my makeup off. Though.
I mean,
I could not sleep in that.
In college, I probably did that a couple times. But now, I always do it. Even if it's 3 a.m.
Take care of your skin.
Yes, take care of your skin. SPF too.
Yes. And then last one, something that every female needs to hear.
Every female needs to hear. Sorry, this is supposed to be rapid fire. I'm sorry.
No,
this
is
like a deep
one. Don't overthink it. Come on. Something that every female watching, what do they need to know?
Whatever you want in life is within you.
Very good answer. Okay. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for coming on the show today. Where can the listeners find you if they maybe want to connect with you or maybe they want to work with you?
Yeah. So I'm on Instagram. I'm on Snapchat. I'm on TikTok. Obviously, we're going live. So everything is Lizz the Shizzz. So it's 2 Z's in Lizz and 3 Z's in Shizzz.
Okay, yeah. Sounds good.
Oh, YouTube too. YouTube too.
Perfect. We'll put that in the show notes for sure. Y'all actually follow as well at Yo It's Kinslow and at Curls and Courage Podcast on Instagram as well to connect with me more and just stay updated on the show. The best way to support Curls and Courage is by leaving a rating and review wherever you're listening now, and then also subscribe to the channel if you're watching. Your support would mean so much to me. Check out the podcast every Thursday on WDJY 99.1 FM radio as well. And then lastly, yes, you know, if you are interested in one-on-one training or nutrition coaching, you can shoot me an email at kinsleymeeksfit@gmail.com. I'd love to help you. But yeah, y'all keep moving with confidence, keep moving with purpose, good energy. Know that everything you want to do is within you, as she said, and we'll talk to you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye. Thank y'all.
Appreciate y'all. Bye.